How to talk in English. The English Oasis graded reader. Listen and practice. It is a quiet morning. You open your phone. You watch an English video. You understand the subtitles. But when you try to speak, your mouth feels closed. Your mind feels slow. Your heart feels nervous. Maybe you think, I know English, but I cannot talk. If this is you, this story is for you. In today's graded reader, you will learn how people talk in English and how you can talk in English too. Not with difficult grammar, not with long word lists, with simple steps, real practice, and a calm, steady routine. Before we begin, if you want to speak English more confidently and practice through simple, real-life stories like this, subscribe to the English Oasis. Here, we don't memorize long lists. We don't rush grammar. We build real speaking step by step. Now, welcome to the English Oasis. Let's begin your journey. Chapter 1. Why I wanted to speak English. My name is Leo. I live in Vietnam, in a busy city near the river. Every day, I see tourists. Every day, I hear English. At the coffee shop, at the hotel lobby, at the airport, on YouTube, on my phone. English is everywhere, but English feels far away. I know some words. Hello. Thank you. Sorry. How much? I can order water. I can say my name. But I want more. I want real conversations. I want to understand people when they speak fast. I want to travel without fear. I want to work with people from different countries. I want to watch movies without reading subtitles every second. And most of all, I want to feel good when I speak. Because right now, when I speak English, I feel small. I stop in the middle of sentences. I worry about mistakes. I feel embarrassed. One day, I make a decision. I will stop waiting. I will learn to talk. Chapter 2. The first class that changed my mind. There is a small language school not far from my home. I walk there on a Monday morning. My hands feel cold. My heart beats fast. Inside, the classroom is warm. There is a teacher. She smiles when she sees me. Her name is Emma. She is from Australia. Her voice is calm. Her English is clear, not too fast. There are 6 students in the room. A woman from Brazil, a man from Turkey, a girl from Poland, a student from Japan, a student from China, and me. We all have different accents, different stories, but we share the same dream. We want to speak. The teacher writes one sentence on the board. English is not only a language. English is a bridge. I like this sentence. I write it in my notebook. Then Emma asks, "Why do you want to learn English?" The Brazilian woman says, "I want to travel." The Turkish man says, "I want a better job." The Chinese student says, "I want to understand movies." I raise my hand and speak slowly. I want to talk to the world. Emma nods. These are all strong reasons, she says, and you don't need to be perfect to start. Then, she tells us, something surprising. In this class, she says, we will not start with heavy grammar. I feel relief. She continues, we will speak. We will listen. We will ask questions. We will answer. That's how language becomes real. My shoulders relax. This is what I want. A small CTA natural, soft. Before we continue, let me say one small thing. If you want to learn English through simple stories like this and practice speaking step by step, subscribe to the English Oasis. Here, we learn calmly, we learn clearly, and we grow one sentence at a time. Now, let's continue. Chapter 3. The Circle Game, my first real speaking practice. Emma asks us to sit in a circle. She says, we will play a simple game. One by one, we introduce ourselves. My name is Anna. I'm from Poland. My name is Diego. I'm from Brazil. My name is Kenji. I'm from Japan. When it is my turn, my mouth feels dry, but I try. My name is Leo. I'm from Vietnam. Emma smiles. Great, she says. Now ask a simple question. I look at Anna and ask, what is your favorite food? Anna laughs softly. My favorite food is pizza, she says. Then she asks me, what do you do on weekends? I answer slowly. I drink coffee. I watch videos. I study English. The sentences are simple, but I am speaking. I am not silent. We keep going. Do you like music? What movies do you like? Do you prefer tea or coffee? The questions are easy, but they open something inside me. I learn new words from the other students. I notice how they answer. I listen. I copy. I try again. This is not a grammar class. This is a speaking life. Chapter 4. English outside the classroom. After class, I walk to a small cafe near the school. I order a drink in English, just to try. Can I have an iced coffee, please? The barista understands. She smiles and says, sure. My heart feels warm. It is a tiny moment, but for me, it is a victory. At the next table, 2 tourists are speaking English. They speak slowly. I understand some words. Coffee, sugar, today, train. I don't understand everything, but I understand enough to feel hope. That evening, I watch a travel video on YouTube. The speaker talks in English. I catch only parts, but I don't feel angry. I feel proud, because I am learning. The next day, I return to class. I speak more. I make mistakes. I say the wrong word once. I use the wrong tense. But Emma says something important. Mistakes mean you're using the language. Her words feel like permission. Permission to be a beginner. Chapter 5. The first time I helped someone in English. After class, I walk home. On the street, I see a man with a backpack. He looks confused. He looks at his phone. He looks around. I want to help, but I feel nervous. Still, I step closer and ask, "Do you need help?" He looks up. "Yes," he says. "Thank you. I'm looking for the train station." I swallow my fear. I point down the road and speak slowly. Go straight. Turn left at the big bank. Then walk 2 minutes. He listens carefully. Then he smiles. "Thank you," he says. "You're very kind." I smile back. For 2 minutes, I used English for real life. Not for a test. Not for a textbook. For a human moment. When I get home, I open my notebook and write 1 sentence. English is not a subject. English is a key. I look at the sentence again, and I feel something strong. Maybe I really can talk in English. In the next part, something changes. A classmate asks, "How can I learn more words fast?" And Emma shows us a method that feels too simple to be true. Reading. Easy reading. Daily reading. And that is where my English starts to grow faster than ever. It is Tuesday morning. I walk to school with lighter steps. Yesterday, I spoke in class. I ordered coffee in English. I even helped a stranger find the train station. My English is still simple, but it is real. Inside the classroom, everyone looks more relaxed today. We smile at each other. We sit down. We open our notebooks. Emma, our teacher, writes 1 question on the board. What do you want most in English? Some students say, speaking. Some say, listening. Some say, confidence. Then Anna, the girl from Poland, raises her hand. She looks serious. I want to learn more words, she says. I know grammar a little, but I don't have enough vocabulary. What is the best way to learn new English words? The room becomes quiet, because we all have the same question. Emma smiles like she has been waiting for this. That is a great question, she says. And today, I will give you a method that works. She writes 1 word on the board. Reading. Then she turns to us and says, "Reading is one of the best ways to learn vocabulary." Chapter 6. The reading method. Simple but powerful. Emma explains slowly. When you read, she says, you see the same words again and again. You don't see them alone. You see them inside sentences. You see how people use them in real life. And your brain learns naturally. I think about my school in Vietnam. In the past, I learned words like this: write a list, memorize, take a test, forget. I remember studying long vocabulary lists. I remembered them for 1 day. Then they disappeared because I never used them. Emma continues, if you want to learn vocabulary fast, read every day. She holds up her hand and says, not 5 hours, not 2 hours. Then she shows 3 fingers. 30 minutes. Just 30 minutes a day. Many students look surprised. Only 30? Emma nods. 30 minutes every day is powerful, she says, because it becomes a habit, and habits change your brain. I raise my hand. But what can we read? I ask. Books are difficult for me. Emma smiles. You must read easy books, she says. She writes a number on the board. 95%. If you know about 95% of the words, she explains, the book is right for you. You will understand most of it. You will enjoy it. And you will learn the new words without stress. Then she tells us something that feels like a secret. When you see a new word, she says, don't stop too much. Don't panic. Don't write long notes. Don't try to memorize immediately. Look it up quickly, she says, and keep reading. Because when you meet the word again and again, your brain starts to own it. I feel curious. This way feels calm. It feels natural. It feels like learning the way children learn, through repetition, through stories, through meaning. Chapter 7. My first easy English story. Emma gives us a short story. It is about a girl who travels to a big city. The sentences are simple. The story is clear. The feeling is warm. I start reading. I understand most of it. Then I see a word I don't know. Station, I pause. I open my dictionary. Station. A place where trains or buses stop. I nod. Then I continue reading. A few lines later, I see the word again. Station. And suddenly, I don't need the dictionary this time. I know it. It feels good. At the end of the story, I realize something amazing. I learned new words without studying a list. I didn't force my brain. I simply read. When class ends, I feel proud. Not because I learned hundreds of words, but because I learned a better way, a way I can actually follow. Chapter 8. The Library Moment. After class, I walk to a small library near the school. I feel nervous. What if the books are too hard? I ask the librarian, do you have easy English books? She smiles and leads me to a small section. There are books with short sentences, simple vocabulary, clear stories, graded readers. I take 2 books. One is a story about daily life. The other is about famous places in London. I hold them like treasure, because for the first time, English books feel possible. Chapter 9. Vocabulary in real life. A small turning point. That afternoon, I go to a job centre. I want to find part-time work. I walk into the building and see a woman at the desk. She looks friendly. She says, "Hello, how can I help you?" My heart jumps. This is real English, not a classroom. I take a breath. I'm a student. I say, I want to find a job. I can work in the afternoon. She asks a few questions. I understand her. Not perfectly, but enough. She gives me 2 job options. A cafe job, a hotel job. She hands me a paper with details. I read it slowly, and something surprises me. I understand most of the words. Because I have been reading. Because I saw these kinds of words in stories. Work hours, start, finish, customer experience. 1 week ago, this paper would look like noise. Now, it looks like meaning. The woman smiles. Good luck, she says. I smile back. Thank you, I say. I walk outside and feel something strong in my chest. This is what vocabulary is for, not tests. Life. Chapter 10. My first job. My first real conversations. I choose the cafe job. I start on Thursday. The manager is kind. She shows me how to take orders. My first customer comes in. He says, "Can I have a coffee, please?" I understand. I smile. Yes, of course, I say. Would you like milk? He nods. Yes, just a little. My English is simple, but it works. Later, a woman asks, "Is the cake fresh?" I answer, "Yes, it is fresh. We made it this morning." I don't think about grammar rules. The sentence comes naturally because I have read sentences like this. I make a small mistake once, but the customer still understands, and that is what matters. Communication. After work, I walk home tired but happy. I feel like English is becoming part of my life, not something I study, something I use. At night, I open my notebook and write. When I read, I learn words. When I learn words, I understand people. When I understand people, I can speak. I read the sentence again. It feels true. In the next part, a quiet student in our class finally speaks up. He says, "I know words, but people don't understand my pronunciation." And Emma teaches us one technique that changes everything. Shadowing. It trains your mouth. It trains your ears. It makes your English clearer, day by day. It is Wednesday morning. I walk into class feeling stronger than last week. I can read simple stories. I can speak to customers at the cafe. I can understand more than before. But something still bothers me. Sometimes people ask me, "Sorry? Can you repeat that?" I know the words, but my pronunciation is not clear. I am not the only one. Today, something important happened. Chapter 11. The quiet student speaks. There is a student in our class named Jun. He is from South Korea. He listens carefully every day. He writes many notes, but he rarely speaks. Emma looks at him kindly. "Jun," she says gently, "do you have a question today?" He looks down. Then he looks up and says slowly, "I know many words, but people do not understand me. My pronunciation is not good. How can I speak clearly?" The room becomes silent because we all understand this feeling. Emma nods. "Thank you for asking that," she says. "You are not alone." She turns to the board and writes one word. Shadowing. I have never heard this word before. Emma explains. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating what they say. immediately. She moves her hand like a shadow following a person. You listen and you speak right after. You copy the sound, the rhythm, the speed. She pauses. Your mouth must learn new movements. Your tongue, your lips, your jaw. They must practice. That makes sense. English sounds are different from my language. No wonder it feels difficult. Chapter 12. My first shadowing practice. Emma opens her laptop. She plays a short video. The speaker says, "Good morning. I'm happy to be here." Emma pauses the video. "Now repeat," she says. We speak together. "Good morning. I'm happy to be here. At first, I feel strange. I am copying someone else's voice. But then we do it again and again. I notice something. When I focus on the sound, not the meaning, my pronunciation improves." We try another sentence. "Today is a beautiful day." We repeat it slowly, then a little faster. June speaks louder this time. His voice sounds clearer. Emma smiles. "Do not try to be perfect," she says. "Try to be clear." That sentence stays in my mind. Clear, not perfect. She gives us simple advice. 10 minutes a day is enough. Choose a short video. Listen. Repeat. Follow the rhythm. I write in my notebook. Shadow every day. Listen and speak. Train your mouth. Chapter 13. English on the football field. That afternoon, I go to the school football field. Students from many countries are there. Brazil, Italy, Japan, Turkey, Spain. We all speak English. Not perfect English. Real English. Before the game, someone says, "Pass the ball." "Nice shot." "Good job." "Watch out." The phrases are short. Simple, but they are alive. I try to speak clearly. I focus on pronunciation. After the game, we sit together. We talk about school. We talk about food. We laugh. I notice something important. When I stop worrying about mistakes, I speak more. When I speak more, I improve faster. Confidence is not magic. It grows from action. Chapter 14. The Grammar Fear. On Thursday morning, another student asks a question. His name is Luca. He says, "When I speak, I stop because I think about grammar. I don't know if the tense is correct. What should I do?" I understand this fear. Sometimes I want to speak, but grammar blocks me. Emma writes 2 words on the board. Speaking exam. She points to speaking. If your goal is communication, she says, you do not need to memorize every grammar rule. She points to exam. If your goal is a test, then yes. Study grammar deeply. She turns back to us. But if your goal is to talk to people, read more, listen more, speak more. Grammar will come naturally. She explains something powerful. When you read many sentences, your brain learns patterns. You start to feel what sounds correct. You don't Calculate grammar. You feel it. That afternoon at the cafe, I test this idea. A customer asks, "Is the cake fresh?" I answer, "Yes. We made it this morning." I did not think about past tense. I just spoke, because I have read similar sentences before. Grammar flowed like water. Not perfect, but natural. That evening, I write in my notebook. Grammar grows from reading and listening. Speaking makes it stronger. Chapter 15. Listening every day. Sophia asks, "I watch English movies, but I don't understand. People speak too fast." Emma nods. "Listening is like a muscle," she says. "You must train it every day." She writes 3 steps. Choose easy audio. Listen many times. Use subtitles wisely. She plays a short audio. "My name is David. I live in London." We listen once, then again. The second time, I hear more. The third time, even more. Emma explains, "Your brain needs repetition. The first time, you hear sounds. The second time, you hear words. The third time, you hear meaning." That night, I try it at home. I watch a 2-minute video. First time, with subtitles. Second time, with subtitles. Third time, without subtitles. Fourth time, eyeshadow. It feels powerful. Listening and speaking together. At the cafe the next day, a customer says, "Can I get a hot chocolate and a muffin?" I understand everything. No confusion. No panic. Listening practice works. Chapter 16. Speaking with confidence. On Monday, Emma says, "This week is about confidence." She looks at us and says something simple but strong. If you want to speak English, open your mouth. We laugh, but it is true. She gives us a mirror exercise. Go home, she says. Look at yourself in the mirror and speak for 2 minutes. That night, I try, "Hello, my name is Leo. I work in a cafe. I like football. I am learning English." I feel silly at first, but then I feel proud. I hear my voice. It is real. At work, I speak more. When someone says, "Thank you," I answer clearly, "You're welcome." When someone says, "This is delicious," I reply, "I'm glad you like it." Small sentences. Big confidence. Chapter 17. Thinking in English. One morning, something surprising happens. I wake up and realize I had a dream in English. Just a short one, but I did not translate. At school, Emma says, "When you think in English, speaking becomes easier." She gives us a simple exercise. Describe what you see in English. On the way to work, I think, the sky is blue. The bus is late. That man is reading a newspaper. I do not translate. I simply think. At the cafe, I think, I need to clean this table. The customer looks tired. Little by little, English enters my mind. One day, a student asks me in Spanish if I speak Spanish. I answer in English, because now English feels natural, not forced, not heavy, alive. Chapter 18. Keep going. The final day of the course arrives. I remember my first day. Nervous, quiet, afraid. Now I speak. I listen. I read. I think in English. Emma says, "This is not the end. This is the beginning." Learning English is not about one class. It is about daily habits. Read one page. Listen to one story. Speak one sentence. Think one thought in English. Small steps. Every day. I write in my notebook. Speak often. Listen daily. Read for pleasure. Think in English. Do not stop. And now I say something new about myself. I am not just learning English. I am living in English. If you want to talk in English, start today. Use simple sentences. Don't wait to be perfect. Read. Listen. Shadow. Speak. Think. And most importantly, keep going. If this story helped you practice English naturally, subscribe to the English Oasis. Here, we don't rush. We build confidence one story at a time. See you in the next lesson.